Thank you very much, Prof, for your time this afternoon. As you heard from some sectors of society, more so civil society, they are unimpressed with the content of the speech today. What did you make of it?
Hi, good afternoon, Dudu, and good afternoon to your viewers. Yes, there's definitely nothing new that residents of Joburg, South Africa does not know about what is happening in that metropolitan municipality. I think we wanted to hear more how action will be taken against those who are implicated, because it seems as if each time a new mayor, a new speaker, arises at that podium, serious allegations are being peddled, but we don't see action being taken, and that's where the problem lies, because at the end of the day, the necessary services are not reaching the residents of Joburg, and that's where the huge concern is all about.
Speaking of taking action, the mayor also made it known there's there's some 6 billion rand of unpaid invoices. And so did you get a sense of how this particular situation, which cripples small business, in the same breath as they speak of stimulating small businesses, will actually be solved?
Yes, that's exactly my point, where you've got a new mayor. There has been a mayor before, and even before that one. So each time you've got a new incumbent, he or she is flagging, raising some concerns about his or her predecessor. But the question is, if you sit with a situation like that, and by the way, Joburg is what I will call almost like a Mecca of Africa in terms of governance, in terms of the economic hub of this particular continent. And if you encounter issues like this, where small businesses are not being paid on time, then clearly this is indicative of the decay that our municipalities has become, where it seems as if it's now up to our public representative to decide when they are going to pay these small businesses, whereas there are financial legislation that guides them, how to go about that. And we all know the 30-day turnaround time to pay businesses. This will have a huge impact on this business, and actually a vicious cycle where we're facing a huge situation in terms of unemployment in this country.
The mayor also spoke of the implications of coalition governance, which have introduced, he says, a myriad of challenges. And he uses the word especially under the DA-led coalitions that have sought to clear political scores as opposed to servicing residents. Did he read that right?
Yes, no, that's correct. Your assessment of the situation is quite correct. I don't think coalition politics, it's a consequence of perhaps how the Democratic Alliance has been dealing with that. Yes, they party to that. But for me, is that we had a glorious opportunity where we could have demonstrated once again what this rainbow nation is capable about. But we all know, and I'm going to be extremely blunt about this, it's even to the extent that coalition politics are now used to protect criminals within our local government. And that, for me, is unacceptable. When somebody has embezzled fund, it is no longer a political matter. It's a matter that needs to be, by law, handed over to capable institutions like the police who have to investigate those matters. This thing of you protect my back and I will protect yours does not work. And we will not want to encourage the residents anywhere in South Africa to embark on protest and all that, but the residents also has a right to have answers as to what is happening with the money that they have now given over to this municipality to manage on their behalf. And unfortunately, blaming one political party for the mess that have been created in terms of coalition politics is also not right. I strongly believe that the mayor should have owned up and say, mistakes happened in the past, and this is a mistake that we have done, and this is how we're going to deal with this going forward.
He also mentioned that he is the youngest executive mayor of the city of Johannesburg. Is this something that will serve as an advantage for him?
No, not at all. I mean, if you look at some of the serious allegations against the mayor, that actually disqualifies whether being the youngest mayor, whether that sets any accolades or brings anything new to the table in terms of service delivery. I don't think the residents of Joburg will be impressed by the qualifications of their public representative. For them, what will count is a concerted effort is being made to try and enhance service delivery, to try and enhance the state of security in that particular metropolitan municipality. Those are the bread and butter issues, create job opportunities for the people. And those are the issues that people are bordering, and not about, the standing of these public officials, not in this particular age where we are facing dire economic circumstances.
Professor Sethulego Matebesi is from the University of the Free State. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon.